Greetings.
I wasn't even fucking recording this whole time. I wasn't even recording this whole time. That means I have to start the reading over. That is so funny. But look at these real quick. I'm looking at my screen. I'm like, why is the screen going black? Bitch, you never press fucking record. That's lovely. Okay. I already did the prayer and the opening. So I guess I'll do it again. All right. So release anything that doesn't serve you, any confusion, self-consciousness, hate, anything. Allow yourself to be open and receptive to these messages. And thank you for allowing me to read for you. Tapping into my video. Ancestors, angels, most high, thank you for allowing me to use these gifts to help people gain clarity, alignments, understanding, confirmation, and whatever else they may need. Please allow this reading to be helpful to the mind, body, and spirit of all those who listen and watch. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Ashe. I don't know why I held the bowl like that. Like after it wasn't even making any noise anymore. Okay. Take dos. Take two. Interesting though, because before I noticed that the video wasn't even recording, I was telling y'all a story about how I had an event today that was canceled last minute. Like I pulled up, found that it was canceled, turned back around. Like, and it's just so interesting because stuff like that doesn't even bother me anymore. And it's even more confirming to my intuition. It's all going to tie in. Because all week I knew that I wasn't going to be at this event. But I didn't want to cancel because I'm a woman of my word and I take my craft and my business and my community seriously. So I, put on my big girl panties and went to this event that was canceled as soon as I got there. However, I was already in the space and in the energy of wanting to read for people. So I already made up in my mind that I was still going to read today, which was great because I ended up booking 2 personal readings and also got myself in the space to record a video, which I haven't done in a very long time. And, sometimes I get discouraged because I'm not like this big fat YouTube star, but it's like, it is for who it's for. And that's what the fuck it is. So with that, the 2 cards that I pulled before were third eye chakra and self-esteem, which is the solar plexus chakra. And I was basically just getting at the fact that the energy right now currently is leaning more into your own inner knowing and into your intuition and allowing that to be what boosts your confidence, allowing that to be what builds up your self-esteem and builds you up, and no longer looking to an outside source to validate you, and no longer gaslighting, and just allowing your intuition to be the guide and the compass. Like, I knew that I wasn't doing that event. I knew it, but I wasn't going to sabotage it either, but I was still prepared. And then on top of that, the cards that I pulled before I went to the event were all 5 of Wands, 3 of Swords, the Magician, just like a whole bunch of cards, basically just getting to the fact that this is not going to come. There's going to be conflict. There's going to be an ending, but it's going to be transmuted into something else. And just believe in that. And I felt myself this morning being like, are you fucking serious? Like, I don't want conflict right now. I'm trying to go help some people and make some bread. But it was less about external conflict and more about how I'm able to react to it. Because that's why we do this, right? Yeah, we want to see what's going to happen in the future, whatever, but it's more about reading the energy now and using this as a tool, as a guide, because like time is not linear, and like energy is fluid, so things can change. So I could have took that reading that I did this morning and could have been on some, man, fuck this shit, I don't want to go, the cards are saying this, and just got myself all sour. But I still, was ready and hyped and amped to go do what I do. And I was still mentally prepared for things to go a different way. And so when I pulled up, it's canceled, giggle, laugh, put my playlist back on, back to like my regular scheduled programming, because we don't let things knock us off of our path. We don't let things take us off of our square. We don't do that. We don't do that. And if we are doing that, then now is the time for that to stop on this beautiful new moon in Taurus. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's in Taurus. If it's not in Taurus, then please correct me. But I'm pretty sure it's in Taurus. And more too, interestingly enough, is that I'm not sure if I said this on this video already or the other video, but one of my favorite spiritualists, Kateria Knows, posted something about the new moon and how it is inviting us to be patient and to take our time with things and to not rush things and to move with intention and to allow ourselves to be guided, but to not rush. And that's the biggest thing. And you know, all week things have just been coming up where it's like, this is supposed to knock you off, this is supposed to knock you off. But that's where we get the level up, right? Is when the trigger comes and not like we don't shoot. That's the thing. So excuse me, look, moving energy, faith, which is also again into the third eye chakra. So hope, support, miracle, spirituality. So whatever is happening right now, the main energy again is still in the third eye. Also, this might be a crown chakra card, but when I see the faith card, it's either the person is needing to have faith because their pessimism is going to knock them off course and basically become a self-fulfilling prophecy in the way that you don't want it, like self-sabotage type shit. Or it means that you have been actively residing in a space of being faithful and it's going to pay off. And you just need to allow that to be. You know what I mean? Like, having the faith of a mustard seed doesn't mean that it has to be as small as a mustard seed. It means that that's all that is necessary. But having more is always welcome. So you could be experiencing headaches, inspiration. So we're all up in our head. I try to get... can't be singing that song. Inspiration. So allow yourself to have faith in something that is inspiring you. Maybe you're wanting to be inspired. You could be coming out of, and I said this in the other video too, and I keep saying video when this shit wasn't even recording, so it doesn't even count. But if you have been feeling stuck, or like you've been in hermit mode, or like you haven't been being inspired or anything, we know that there's nothing retrograde right now. Everything is direct. So that's also going to help with you feeling more inspired. And allow your faith to inspire you. Allow the fact that you know that it is your fucking divine birthright to have everything that you want to be the inspiration of why you go after it and get it. Because because faith without work is nothing, right? What is that? So what else? All right, emotions. It's just emotions. All this, I need to get this. Stroma, can you get off me? Stroma to light. Stroma, go. Get off me. Always in my business. It's like, anyways, emotions. This is sacral. This is sacral. And it's very interesting because I just got a DM from a friend wanting to pick my brain about a romantic situation that they were in. And I'm telling them how when we engage in sexual activity with someone else, especially as women, we take on all of that. So if we're dealing with somebody, this is in the love parts, and now I'm getting goosebumps. If we're dealing with somebody who is not living life right, and not right by your standards, right in the morals of God, like just being a genuinely good person, or if they have a lot of shit going on, that's going to be dumped onto or into or both into the woman. And vice versa, like we don't release into the man, but we still create a soul connection when we're exchanging energy. So we create a tie or a loop, which causes us to start feeling like this. So if you've been having a lack of faith, you're not feeling inspired, your emotions are all over the place, it might be time for a cleansing. And it might be time for you to lean back into the fact that you already know what's up. You know what you need to do. You know what types of things need to happen. This is where the energy is. You might be experiencing a lot of turmoil right now that's causing you to feel confusion, whether it's like a job situation that you might be feeling undermined, or you might be feeling like it's a toxic environment. It could be in regards to love, where, like I just said, you're dealing with somebody and it's making you feel off balance, or like something's got to give, or you don't know what minute you're happy, what minute you're sad. Or you could literally be dealing with someone who has mood swings. I got mood swings. Like that like, let's see what the blockages are. Are there any blockages? Because that's the energy right now currently is residing in the head and in the sacral. So like, for the like the most mundane way that I could say this is like, you're thinking too much, but probably not in the right headspace. And there's a lot of tension in your sacral atmosphere. So that has to do with sex, with emotions, with money, a lot with money. And a lot of people don't realize, like, when you're out here exploring with different partners, it creates holes in your, like, in your atmosphere, in your energy, and it can drain you financially. Like, not knowing, like, you wouldn't even really put the two and two together unless you really sit down and think about it like that. So any blockages in regards to, where are the blockages? If a card from one of these chakras comes out, that's gonna be so like, desires. The blockages is the desire. Okay, so so with the blockages being the desires card, goals, passions, craving, fulfillment, which is also the card in the chakra of what? The sacral chakra. Like, either you're not allowing yourself to be fulfilled by way of your desires, or you're engaging way too much in your desires. So for example, having sex, either you're not allowing yourself to be sexually free, and it's not always about having sex with the partner, it's more so about like diving into your own sexuality. Sexuality is more than just fucking. Excuse my language, YouTube. Oh my god, I need to stop cursing. They're gonna X me out. They're probably like, this girl don't. Anyways, but it's more so about like, you're not fulfilled. I cannot speak today. They ain't about to hold me down. I'm getting, you know what? You're not feeling fulfilled. You feel, with just the cards I have on the table right now, I feel like you don't have any faith that you're ever going to have the life that you want. And it's fucking with you emotionally. And you might be trying to find inspiration by going out and doing things that you don't normally do, or you could be doing the same things, and that's why it's like, okay, I'm doing the same things expecting different results, and nothing's giving. The desires card is like, I want this so bad, but I can't have it. Why can't you have it? Because you told yourself you can't have it? Or is it because your higher self knows that that is not something that is in alignment with what you want? This is the thing. Sometimes we be out here confusing the universe, confusing our angels, confusing our guides. Like, okay, do you want this or do you want this? Because you say you want this, but you're moving like this, which is not going to help you get this. And now you're complaining. Now you're drinking so much, knowing that takes you away from whatever your gifts are, knowing that that helps you to not be in alignment, and it fucks up your emotions. This is another thing too. I feel like people are being called to detox. The new moon is a good time to start a detox, whether it's a 3, 5, 7, 21, 30, whatever it is that you want. And it can be from anything: technology, people, substances, foods, whatever. But there's a detox that needs to happen, because that's the fastest way to clear the space. Because one thing's for certain is that due to a lack of fulfillment or an overindulgence in what is like fun, it's causing a disruption in your emotions, and it's furthermore affecting everything, especially if you're a parent, or especially if you're in charge of other people. It's going to affect you as a leader, as a caretaker, as a parent, because how can you move righteously and with integrity if you're not allowing yourself to have what it is that you deserve? You deserve everything. You deserve everything. But are you going to allow yourself to have it, or are you going to keep fucking yourself up? That's the biggest thing. Can I have another one for the blockages? Like clarity. Compassion. Aww. You just need love. You just need love. Maybe you feel like you could have made a mistake. made a bad decision, something could have happened that, might not have been your best work. But we live and we learn and we move on, right? Are you being compassionate with yourself? Are you allowing yourself to move in a gentle space, or are you pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing? Have you been working doubles all week and then going to do your business and then going to do your hobbies and then not eating and like spazzing out on people because you're irritable and you're not allowing yourself? Have you been drinking too much, waking up with a hangover, and now you're being mean to your kids? Have you been being late to things because you're not properly managing your time, because you're spending so much time focusing on this one problem? And then on top of you focusing on that problem, now you're speaking negatively to yourself. So not only are you feeling bad from the outside world, but now you're feeling bad from the inside world. There's no balance there. There's no balance there. The fuck do you need to make yourself feel bad for about something when everybody else is already making you feel bad about it? What is the point? Shame is so counterproductive to our journey. It really is. It really is. I had someone say something mean to me not earlier today, but earlier this week, and I just ignored them because it was like they were trying to get a reaction. They thought it was funny. And then finally they said, "Are you listening to me?" And I said, "No, I'm ignoring you." And they go, "Don't ignore me. Get offended by the shit that I'm saying." And I just looked at them like, "Oh, your demons are showing. Your demons are showing." But the higher part of you wants to be around me because your light recognizes my light and wants to come together to make a bigger light. However, the demons are trying to put that shit out. Literally sitting here in my face trying to self-sabotage what you want because you don't know how to have compassion towards yourself. So now you're trying to project that onto somebody else. So it's really a matter of there's no compassion for self. Or you could be in a situation where you're being complacent and you're settling and your desires are not being met because you are being overly compassionate to another person to the point of your demise. And now it could be causing you to act out of character and be almost unrecognizable to yourself and to other people even because you care so much about that other person. Oh. And still the scales are not balanced. The scales are not balanced. So let's see. Advice. Insight, you need to sit with yourself and meditate and talk to God and do it every day. Understand. Somebody really don't want me to do this reading. Motherfuckers is haters. But you know what? It's okay. Can't fuck with me. So, understanding, awakening, awareness, self-evaluation. This is a crown. Or is it? I need to look because I be getting confused with the purples because one is crown chakra, one is third eye chakra, and I really just need to know. Ooh, so 48. So faith and inspiration are crown chakra cards, and insight is a third eye chakra card. Okay, so yeah, you're in your head clearly about emotions right now. But the advice is to get out of the crown. Because when our crown is open, there's so much being poured in constantly, just download after download after download after download. And it's like, hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. You ever use one of your technological devices so much to the point that it starts to overheat? And then back in the day when the technology was not how it was, it would shut down. It would completely shut down. And I mean, it still will if it overheats. But you know what I'm saying? It's like overheating to the point of now none of the information can even be processed because it's just stuck. It's just stuck and it's causing too many emotions. There's nothing of the heart. The heart is being blocked. There's no communication. The throat chakra isn't even on the board. The solar plexus chakra isn't even on the board. So there's no self-love there. There's no self-esteem. There's no confidence. There's no love for self. There's no love being given to anything. But that's what's wanted. You want a balance in your emotions. You want a balance in your desires. You want to be able to feel good about the things that you want and not be shamed for them, because why should you be shamed for them? You're not asking for too much. You're asking the wrong one. And even the wrong one could be the version of yourself. What version of yourself are you asking? Are you coming from a God space or are you coming from a shadow space? because they're both necessary. But you need to be mindful of where you're coming from, because if you're coming from a shadow space, then that means that you need to do shadow work, which means that you need to greet your monsters and your demons at the door, have a conversation with them, dap them up, and then do whatever it is that you do, because they're not going anywhere. You need to find a righteous space for them. And the only way to do that is to sit with yourself and allow yourself to have these awakenings and I had to look it up, and her third eye is literally open on this thing. Like, you can't really see it, but there you go. You know, so it's like, it's giving detox. It really is giving, like, get away from whatever you have been doing, whatever is normal, switch it up. If you always talk to this person all the time, pull back a little bit. If you always eat this type of food, switch it up a little bit. If you always drink this thing, switch it up. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You sit on the toilet with your phone for longer than that, I'm sure. You can sit down within yourself with eyes closed, eyes open, music on, music off. There's guided meditations. If you need a guided meditation, I will record one and send one to you. If you want to email me, Jentri'sGems@gmail.com, because that's what's needed. Meditation is a must. It don't hurt if you try. You know what I'm saying? So let's do another one because you need insight, because you're not seeing clearly. You're not seeing clearly. This card, Forever and a Day, is Vic Mensa to me. I don't give a flying fudge. It's Vic. And because his music is so, like, emotionally tapped in, it's only right. That's who I see. And if he modeled for that card, that would be crazy. Anyway, you can't even see yourself clearly. Like, and I mean this with all respect and love, do you even know who you are right now? Do you even know who you are right now? You're running and you're running and you're running away, but you can't run away from yourself. So, yeah, I like to sing. I like to do all of that, whatever. I'm myself on camera, so I hope you're enjoying this reading, and I hope it's being helpful, and if not, then what time is it? What? I'm gonna wrap this up soon. I have so many goosebumps. You're not listening to your intuition. You're not doing the things that you know you need to do. And let me tell you from experience, when we do not move and listen to the call of God, when we're being told or instructed or guided to do something, we will be yoked the fuck up out of, like, you ever be doing something that you're not supposed to do as a teenager or as a kid, and you just know that there's no way in hell that your mama is ever going to find out, and then lo and behold, she comes and she yanks your ass. Like, remember in ATL when the twins got caught stealing and the mama came to the party and, like, dragged them out the party? That's what will happen if you continue to go down a path of not listening to yourself and not moving how you need to move. And sometimes it's gentle, like, depending on your relationship, you know, with your spirit team and all of that. It could be quiet, it could be soft, it could be hidden from the outside world, or it can be tragic, or it can be embarrassing, or it can be very, very, like it can be to the demise of your entire foundation if shit really needs to crumble to the point that you get it. Beautiful thing about that is when you hit rock bottom, there's no way to go from up. And that's the sturdiest ground. Hitting rock bottom is the sturdiest ground. You ever been to such a low point in your life where you're just like, yo, like, it's hella inspiring. It's, for me anyways, it can be very inspiring because it's like, how the fuck did I get here? What did I do to get myself here? How am I going to get myself out of it? And boy, don't I have the motivation and the inspiration like I never have had before, because I've never been here and I don't want to be here. And if you have been there and you feel yourself getting back there, sit with yourself. If you need to go to yoga, if you need to go to the gym and sit in a sauna, if you just need to run, if you need to just, whatever you need to do, you need to spend some time alone with you in spirit. That's for mother freaking certain. So what will happen in the near future? Do you have a headache? Do you have a migraine? Are you growing a pimple on your forehead? Like, there's so much energy in the mind. I don't know how you're not tipping over and walking with your head on the floor. Like, it's the fuck. However, in the near future, if you do decide to take the advice that the cards have laid, you will find a new perspective on things. The mind will open and you will be able to see different ways of doing things. You ever watched the show that the floor is lava? I watched that with my son, and we'll always watch the first person, the first group, right? And then watch the next group and we're just like, "Oh, they did it this way. They did it this way," because there's always another way for things to get done. There's always another path, but you have to have the crystalline vision to be able to acknowledge it. And then you have to have, excuse me, the confidence and the faith in self and in God to be able to take that path, knowing that it's going to lead you to what you want, your desires, to compassion. For a lot of y'all, all you want is for someone to tell you that you are worth it, that you are doing a good job, that you're seen and appreciated. And you are. You're seen, appreciated, you're doing a good job, and thank you. Even if you don't know me. Sometimes we just need to hear that. You know, my therapist used to be like, hug yourself. If you need a hug, just hug yourself. And I used to look at her like, girl, please shut up. Until one day, it was a bad day. And you know what I did? I hugged the shit out of myself. And I felt so good. It felt so nice. I felt a little stupid. But when I got out of that ego self, it was like, oh, I can do these things for myself, and I am allowed to feel good, and I don't have to feel shame about what I want, and I don't have to feel shame because I'm making a mistake and I'm going through a hard time right now. I don't need to feel shame because I don't know when the last time I meditated was. I don't have to feel shame because I'm not being honest with myself about my actions. I just need to move accordingly. It's no bad, it's no good. It just is. It just is. It just is. And the mind will open up and allow you to see things from a totally different perspective. And you will learn so much, and it will create the space. There's a blockage in the heart and in the solar plex, in the sacral. I don't know if it's unfulfillment, like with your sexual desires or love or both, the person that you're in a relationship, the person you're wanting to be in a relationship with, your relationship with self, with God, with your finance and career. But they're like empathy and compassion. Empathy and compassion needs to be brought into the equation. One more. He's so cute. Guidance. Didn't I just say you're going to find a way to maneuver? And when you sit with yourself and get out of your crown, only then will you be able to truly be in your crown. Because you're in your crown so much, it's like you're not even enjoying what it is that you're going up into your mind for. You're bringing the energy up into your mind because clearly you need something, right? You need to navigate through some type of situation. You need to have understanding, but you're not doing anything but causing yourself emotional turmoil because there's too much going on. It's very chaotic and you're all in your head. And you want to stay there because you're trying to figure something out, which is fine. But you need to bring it down a little bit into the third eye and not so much into the crown. So that way, when you get into the mind and you get those messages, it could literally just be one thing. And you're just like, that's it. That's it. I got it. And after that, the guidance will come. But you need to listen to your guidance. You need to listen to the guidance. And if there's some physical person that has been around you that has been saying something relatively close to what I'm saying to you, that person might be someone important that God has sent you to help guide you on a path. It could be a conversation. It could be so much more than that. But if you don't take the time to sit with yourself and be real with yourself about what you're going through, what you feel, what you want, a lot of y'all are not even realistic with yourself about what it is that you want. Like, you're not being honest about it. Maybe you feel shame from outside parties that you shouldn't have. I just watched an interview with Raven Simone of saying how she dated her wife at first and then broke up with her because she was white. And it's like she didn't want her people to, you know, disown her because she believed, you know what I mean, that she shouldn't be dating someone outside of her race due to XYZ. You know what I mean? We know how that goes. And I totally get it. I've experienced that. And it just, things are just what they are until we make them something else. There is no good, there is no bad. I just keep like feeling like the shame, you gotta let the shame go. Oh my God, we're already at 30 minutes. Okay, so emotional balance. See, sit with yourself. Allow yourself to be emotionally balanced. I do want to pull an angel card and I do want to pull kippers. So sorry this is long. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry though. You know what? Let's do the kipper first. And then... Oh my God. These cards are so fudge, but they're so good. They just have so much energy. I almost bought another deck. This same exact deck, but I think, I don't even want to say it. They're going to have to get a little more worn, you know what I mean? Before I get a new deck. They're just so good. But I can't even really shuffle them anymore. Like, they're so used. Mm-hmm. Free your mind. Okay, so whatever it is that you're wanting, you're trying to have faith that it's going to come. I got the gift card. That's usually like physical money, something being given, but it also can just be the gift of a peace of mind or the gift of just a like feeling stable. And I feel like you're trying to have faith, you're trying to be inspired. You thought this thing was coming, but your emotions got you like this. You're not seeing it. But seeing isn't believing, believing is seeing, so you have to remember that. The desires card, I got child, compassion, we got coffin. So this is giving me like a few different energies. You could be wanting a new beginning because the child card is kind of like the full card to me sometimes. So it could be like you're desiring something new, but you could be not bogged down, I hate that, but it's like kids could be affecting the desires that you have. Childhood things could be affecting, whether it's a relationship, whether it's trauma, whether it's a baby mother or a baby father, whether it's you wanting a kid, not having kids, or you having kids with somebody that you don't want to be with, or you needing to allow yourself to have the things that you've always wanted as a child, because it's not childish to be childlike. It's not childish to heal your inner child. One thing's for sure though is that I don't know if there's been like a lot of physical death around you or a lot of endings that have been happening, but they're really affecting you. But I don't think that you're allowing yourself to feel it. I think that you're just trucking and trucking and trucking and trucking, and that truck is probably going to break down if it doesn't have gas, if it doesn't have oil, if the transmission starts getting messed up because nothing else is getting fixed. You need to sit with yourself. And if this is a love reading and you're like trying to see who it is that you want or what it is that you want, you're going to see that person as you meditate, and things are going to become clearer to you, because we also have the Lovers card with the main female. So this is the energy of, if it's relationships, sit with yourself and allow yourself to be real about who you want, why you want them, and take heed to the messages that are coming through in regards to that situation. Treat yourself with main character energy. You need to be the focus. Even if you're passionate about your career, even if you're trying to get into a relationship, even if you're in a relationship now, it's more so of like, it's about self-evaluation, main female. It's like, what needs to be understood, so that way you can clearly see what passion lies ahead. That is giving me a lot of love reading. Going forward, once you allow yourself to sit with yourself too, because it's like with the main female and the Lovers here, it's like it just screams relationship. This reading is, if it's a love reading, it's screaming, okay, I'm in a situation that I don't want to be in, but I'm allowing myself to stay here for one reason or the other, but I'm very unhappy. And now, like, I need to sit with myself and allow myself to do and move how I know that I need to, even if it doesn't make sense to anybody else, because I know the calling that God has for me. I know that. And when I do that, I'm going to be able to see what it is that truly makes me happy, whether it's a big business deal, whether it's a, like I said, if this is a love reading, a relationship. And once you do that, going forward, you'll be released. You see the imprisonment card. You're trapped in your mind right now. But these are like opposites, right? Locked in, open. This will go away once you do this. Because clearly you're wanting this and this. Don't be confused by genders. It's all energy. And you'll have guidance. I wonder if you are nervous about some type of financial situation that you're in, and you feel like that's going to affect something else that you're trying to get into. But the cards are telling me that once you allow yourself to be real with yourself and sit with yourself and move accordingly to God's guidance, to the downloads that you've been getting, not the ones you've been confused by, that you feel like you don't know what's going on because you're getting guidance from your best friend, from your aunt, from me, from whoever, and you're not sitting with yourself. Pray. Sit down and pray and meditate. Because then the poverty will go away. You will be guided out of poverty consciousness into work. And it might, like, it could literally be like you need a job, or you need more money, or you feel like there's a bigger calling on your life, and you're wondering if this next move that you want to make, or if the things that you want are in alignment with that. You could be judging books by its cover. That's not good. All right. My stomach is growling. Yeah, community. Be mindful of the community that you're keeping. Be mindful of who you're taking advice from. Be mindful, especially if it's a friend or someone close to you. You'd be surprised to see what type of people you have close to you that really don't want you to have love, that really don't want you to have money, that really don't want you to have success, or just a fucking peace of mind. How much they thrive. See, everybody has these little inner demons. My mushroom man opened a lot of doors for me to be able to understand how everybody just has all these different energies attached to them, and they make you do things that you don't want to do. But they convince you that you do want to do them because they are driving the vehicle, not you. And this is why I love to fast and detox. I've been fasting and detoxing all morning for these readings because it heightens my superpowers. Helps me get these messages out. This feels like a love reading, but it also feels like a lot to do with, like, money. Money is affecting your relationships, I think. I feel. All right, angels. Johnny, you're my angel. My little tiny. Honesty. Be honest. You want this. Honesty. Angel wisdom reminds you that every thought, word, emotion, and action is reflected in your aura. When you are honest, your aura is crystal clear. Everyone knows where they are with you and feels totally safe. The angels suggest that you look within and purify any murky thoughts and feelings. When you are totally honest with yourself, you behave with integrity and dare to be open. For there is nothing to hide. People respect and trust you. As you radiate a resonance of honesty, people respond to you with openness and honesty in their return. Affirmation: I am honest in thought, word, and deed. If that didn't just sum up everything I just said in the most angelic way possible, I don't know what it did. 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 I don't know. Okay. Let's do one more. I'm not feeling the tarot right now. And if you watch me or you are a client of mine, you know, like, I'm picky and choosy when I use the tarot when I read collectively or publicly, whatever. A new romantic cycle begins. And look at the scales that I have been talking about. New moon in Libra. It's a new moon today. It's not in Libra, but it's still a new moon, so that's kind of cool. New moons are for new beginnings, starting with a clean slate. That's why now is like the perfect time for you to be like, I'm going to mute all that. I'm going to cut all that off. I'm going to distance myself, and I'm going to get my ish together because you deserve it. You deserve it. Okay, so new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. I told you, it felt like a love reading. Maybe I should just do a love reading channel. Gentry's love messages. And again, too, that card is very purple. So maybe just go lie down for a little while with like a warm or hot or cold washcloth on your forehead and just put on like some music that's soothing, that has no words. Like light something that's gonna get your senses going, not something chemically preferably. And be real with what it is, who it is that you want. When you go to sleep at night, it's just you with your thoughts. No one's living your life. No one's wiping your ass. No one's paying your bills. No one's performing any bodily things to you. You know what I'm saying? No one's doing any of that. So it's okay for you to want what you want, even if it's a little unorthodox. It's okay for you to want what you want, even if you feel like you're in a space that you don't deserve it. Why don't you deserve it? What program told you that? I hate that. I hate that so much. It's like, you gotta be healed before you know. Like, when are you healed? When you die? Some of our ancestors aren't even healed. Like, shut up. Like, learn a little bit before you start yapping. So, anyways, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time and you allowing me to read for you. This reading did go long, but whatever. It is what it is. I hope that this was very helpful and provided the confirmation that you may need or want. You can find me on my social medias at Pink Moon Intuitive Wellness or at Gentry Day. My email that you can use if you're interested in any of my services is Jentri'sGems@gmail.com. And thank you for watching. Bye.